Hey, Judge, how you doing? I haven't seen you in so long.
I know. How you doing? I'm doing well.
Doing good. I missed you.
Oh, I missed y'all too. Missed y'all too. We are already started live, so I'm gonna just mute the video until you're ready to go. So just let me know when y'all are ready, and we'll get going.
Give me about 2 minutes to set up, and then I'll let you know.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go off. We're still recording, but I'm gonna go on mute until y'all are ready.
Hey, Knox, I got the guys. Just grab the ready. Hey, Judge, we're ready whenever you are.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, please raise your right hands. Do you swear or affirm that the information contained in your application for court-appointed counsel, as well as the information given to this court today, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you? If so, say I do.
Right.
Thank you. Before we begin, is Shannara Scherer available?
Yes, ma'am.
Your case is being dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Come over here. She ready. We're all ready. Be quiet, lady. Be quiet. Thank you.
This is your first appearance before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. I know you all probably have a lot on your minds and hearts, but it's very important that you all listen very closely to the court so that this matter can move along quickly. We are live broadcasting on YouTube, so keep this in mind as we go forward. Once again, please listen up because I'm giving you all important information and you all need to be able to answer some questions for the court later on. Can the gentleman in the back hear me okay?
Yes.
Thank you. This is your first appearance before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. We are not here to try your case or to take a plea. You are here for the court to inform you of the charges against you, to set bail in certain offenses, to advise you of your rights for which the court is authorized to do so, to schedule a preliminary hearing for some of you, to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney as you go through this matter. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing. But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you if this case goes to trial. During this and all other proceedings, you have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to indictment by grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury. You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses who are called to testify against you. You have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses on your own behalf by a subpoena. You have the right to testify should you choose to do so. But as stated earlier, you also have the right to remain silent. As such, should you choose not to say anything, no presumption of your guilt may be raised by your assertion of this right to remain silent. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. It is the policy of this court to approve each of you to have an attorney represent you starting today going forward. If you decide, though, you have the right to hire your own counsel or to represent yourself. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail pending the prosecution of this case. This bond may be cash, commercial, or property. If you post a cash bond, someone will deliver the full amount of cash along with any applicable fees to the sheriff's office, who will hold the full cash bond until your matter is resolved. If you post a cash bond, at the conclusion of your matter, the cash will be returned to the person who posted the bond on your behalf. You may also use a commercial bonding company, which may take as a fee for their service up to 15% of the bond amount. These fees are generally not returned to the person who posts the fee. You may also have somebody who wants to post property on your behalf. However, any property that is used for bond purposes must have an equity at least 3 times the amount of bond to qualify for the bond. This means if I set a bond at $2,000, your equity must be at least $6,000 to qualify for a property bond. When the court inquires as to whether or not you are able to make bond, your answer will be either yes or no. I don't need you to ask me what the bond amount is going to be once you deduct fees and all of that. You're going to have to talk to the sheriff's department and deal with that. So when I ask you, when it's your turn, if you intend to make bond, think about if you have anybody that's able to post property, cash, or to pay a fee for you to get out. That's what I'm asking when I ask you that question later on in this calendar. All of you will have special conditions on your bond. At minimum, a condition of your bond will be that you do not violate any laws while out on bond. You will be required to sign that acknowledgement of those special conditions. Some of you may also have additional special conditions where the court is requiring you to stay away from certain people or not to return to certain places, and the court takes those bond conditions very seriously. Were you to violate those bond conditions in any way, your bond can be revoked and you would not be entitled to an additional bond while you are awaiting trial. This means that if you are told to stay away from somebody or to not go and talk to somebody or not to return to a certain place and you violate that, you can be held. An additional charge of aggravated stalking or attempting to influence a witness could be brought against you, and you could be fined up to $10,000. So please, please, please do not violate any of those special conditions. If you have family members who are watching this broadcast or that you will be contacting later, they can assist you with bonding out. However, they should wait at least 3 hours from the conclusion of this calendar to attempt to bond you out, because that is usually how long it takes for the paperwork to be done. Additionally, if you have a family member who is the alleged victim and I have put in a no contact order, that person will not be allowed to post bond on your behalf. Some of you are charged with offenses for which the court is not allowed to set bond. This means that a bond hearing will be scheduled at a later date and you will not receive a bond today. If you are currently on active probation, the court is not authorized to set a bond in those felony matters. Your bond can be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to determine if they wish to file a warrant for violation of your probation. Usually this occurs during your preliminary hearing. Regarding preliminary hearings, please listen up. Y'all have been doing well so far. Listen up. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine if there is enough evidence or probable cause to justify keeping you detained until your case goes to trial. If you are charged with a misdemeanor only, you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. This will not affect your right to a trial. This will not affect your right to a bond. It will not affect your right to have an attorney represent you. Your waiving the preliminary hearing simply moves your matter along a little bit quicker through the process. If you post a bond, your preliminary is automatically waived. If you cannot make bond, you may waive your preliminary hearing still, and you will still be moved along quicker and go forward to your trial date, where you will have the option of either pleading not guilty or having a set down for a trial. If you have a felony matter, you will not be waiving your preliminary hearing, and the court will be giving you your preliminary hearing today. So when you come forward, please be prepared to tell the court whether or not you wish to waive your preliminary hearing. This matter is being recorded and broadcast on YouTube. I say this because when you come forward, I will read to you each of your charges. If you do not wish for me to read all of the details surrounding your charges, let the court know that you understand your charges, and that will be sufficient. If you do not understand your charges, the court will read your warrants in their entirety and broadcast them out, which is fine, but just know that it will be broadcast out if you do not understand what's going on. We will take the female inmates first.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, y'all come on this side. Y'all step this out.
Turn around, go inside.
Now go back to the show.
Deputy Knox, please stand by. Give me one moment.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna set up.
Thank you. We are ready at your convenience for Jaleesa Barber.
What was the name, ma'am? Jaleesa
Barber, Jaleesa,
Yeah, she's out on bond.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Tiffany Chambers,
Tiffany Chambers. Okay, she'll be your first one.
and then after Chambers, if you want to get
Oh, no.
Tristan Murray on deck. Is Tristan Murray still in?
Tristan Murray's a male.
Thank you.
That's a male. So the next one will be, was Sherrod the one that you dismissed?
Yes, she was dismissed.
So then it'll be Tiffany Thomas after that one.
Yes, thank you.
All right, one moment. So Chambers and Tiffany Thomas. Chambers
Thomas.
and Tiffany Thomas, please. Ms. Chambers, come up here to the podium.
One of those listed.
Over here on the bench. Sit on the bench, always at the end.
Ms. Chambers,
Yes, ma'am. Take this, please.
you are charged with violation, a felony count of the violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, driving with no tag and driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charge, or do you need me to read it aloud for you?
I understand my charges.
You do not have a bond at this time based on your active probation.
I'm not on probation.
You have a 12-month suspended sentence as of August 29, 2019. Based on that, you do not have a bond at this time. The court has appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, ma'am.
Ms. Thomas?
After Ms. Thomas, we'll have Mauricia White.
Yes, ma'am. White?
Ms. Thomas, you were charged with reckless conduct. Your bond is $4,000. You are not to return to the MARTA Airport Terminal unless you have confirmed travel either through MARTA or somewhere at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
No, ma'am.
All right. This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, or would you like me to set you down for a preliminary hearing?
I'll waive my preliminary hearing.
Thank you. So you'll get your next court date coming up, okay? Have a good day.
She said waiver, correct, Judge Duvernay?
Yes, she said waive. Thank you.
Ma'am, come over here. Come over here. Put your face down.
Just take your mask off and tell her your name.
Okay.
This Ms. White.
Yes, ma'am.
After Ms. White, we will have Bill Calhoun. That's a woman.
Yes, ma'am. She's ready. She's gonna be next.
Ms. White, you were charged with DUI, open container, and defective equipment. Do you understand the nature of your charges, or would you like your warrants read aloud?
Ellison.
I understand.
Your bond is $9,000. You are not to violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Wait, so they raised my bond?
The court did, yes, based on the nature of your charges. Your bond is $9,000. Are you able to make bond?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Are you, these are misdemeanor charges. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? Was that a yes, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't hear you. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Oh, Ariel Calhoun.
You got Freeman?
After Mrs. Calhoun, we'll have Kimberly Ellison. Ma'am, you were charged with simple assault. Your bond is $5,000. You are to stay away from Reginald Hoskins. You shall not return to the Escobar Inn, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand your charges, or do I need to read your charges to you?
I get it.
Okay. I'm not asking guilt or innocence. I just asked you understand your charges. So you do understand the nature of it. You said you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your next, would you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? This is a misdemeanor.
Okay, what does that mean again? So if I waive it, I don't come back to court? That
If you waive it, you don't have to worry about your preliminary hearing. Your next court date will come in the mail. It will move your matter along a little bit quicker. If you bond out, you're gonna be waiving it anyway.
okay.
So do you wish to waive it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh.
Kimberly Ellison.
Give me one moment, Ms. Ellison.
How can I tell her what my bond is? She gonna go get back down to the house.
Judge Duvernay,
Yes.
can you give me the court date for Ms. Chambers, please?
Tiffany Chambers,
Yes, ma'am.
that's gonna be August 3rd
August 3rd, at 8
at
a.m.
8 a.m. in 201.
Okay.
And after Ms. Ellison, we'll have Raven Freeman.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Ellison, you are charged with obstruction of your license and driving on a suspended license. Your bond is $2,000. You understand the nature of your charges?
Yes.
Are you able to make bond?
No, ma'am.
A condition of your bond is that you must not violate any laws while out on bond. These are misdemeanor traffic offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Please face Mr. Cole. Please face Mr. Cole.
Now, you said the next one?
The next one is Gibson, Deshaun Gibson.
Gibson?
Yes, Deshaun Gibson.
Deshaun Gibson is a lady.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a moment to pull her paperwork.
Okay,
After Ms. Gibson, it'll be Raven Freeman.
okay. Yes, ma'am. This is Freeman at the podium.
Oh, this is Ms. Freeman.
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Demario Robinson. You cannot return to 5724 Riverdale Road, apartment B12, and you will not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand your charges, or do you want me to read your charges aloud?
No, I have a question though.
Okay, so answer my question first. Do you understand the charges, or do you want the, okay, what is your question?
I live at 57. I'm the resident, like I'm on the list. He doesn't live there.
The warrants indicate that you all live there together. So I'm gonna still keep that in place that you cannot return. However, I will let you go back with a sheriff's escort for the purpose of retrieving your property from that place. So you can go back there with a sheriff's escort to get your property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted until this matter is closed or until that condition is modified. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. I just won't go back.
Okay. Until the matter is resolved. If it's resolved and you all can move forward with the court, that's fine. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Go back and tell her. Come on, ma'am. Because she chose to erase it based on her history.
Oh, Edward?
Yes, Huff Edwards. Tell her your name, please face me.
Oh.
Tell her your name.
Hi, Deshaun Gibson, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Give me 1 moment.
Okay.
Ms. Gibson, you were charged with concealing the identity of a motor vehicle, driving a suspended license. Your bond is $2,000 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day.
Ma'am.
You get Jones,
Tell her your name.
I'm Kawana Huff Etheridge, Miss Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Ma'am, you are charged with terroristic threats and theft by shoplifting. Your bond is $12,000. You are to stay away from Shavara's Shinholster and you cannot return to Home Depot. Your Boulevard, you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the nature of your charges or do you need them read aloud?
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay, are you able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, if I could call my family member.
Okay, that'll be up to the sheriff. Now, this is one of your charges is a felony charge. So you do not have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day.
Okay, thank
You're welcome.
Come on up.
Ashley Jones.
Are you Miss Watley? Where's Miss Watley?
right here, step back.
She's coming. You want Miss Wiley?
Yes, please.
Okay, go over there. So you face me.
Are you Kristen Watley?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
You were charged with simple battery, and terroristic threats. Your bond is $17,000. You must stay away from David Haynes. You cannot return to 100 Mile Road, Apartment D2. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand your charges or do you need the court to read them aloud to you?
I understand them.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am. And you said what was the bond again?
It is $17,000.
Okay.
And you understand the special conditions of staying away from David Haynes and not return to 100 Morrow Road, apartment D2.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you said you are able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Terroristic threats is a felony the way you are charged with it. So you do not have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, ma'am.
Judge Juvenile,
Yes.
Ashley Nicole Jones.
Oh, yes, I have her next. Her paperwork got out of order.
Okay, it's okay. She's coming up now.
Thank you. Ms.
Judge,
Jones?
also have 3 that's gonna need the Spanish interpreter, okay?
Those are males, all males?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes, we'll take them at the end.
Okay.
Ms. Jones, you are charged with theft by receiving stolen property. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or do you want me to read it aloud?
I really don't understand what theft by receiving means.
I will read your warrant to you. Ashley N. Jones is charged with, on June 29th, said accused was found to be operating a silver in color Nissan Rogue, Florida license CILH43, which had been reported stolen out of Union City on June 25th, 2020. NIC V152079944. Said accused was read her Miranda warning and advised she understood her rights. Accused agreed to answer questions without legal counsel present. She advised the vehicle was a rental vehicle, which she had not returned. According to the accused, the rental agency had contacted her previously and advised that the vehicle will be reported stolen if the vehicle was not returned. That is the end of your warrant, ma'am. This is a felony offense. Your bond is $15,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Judge Juvenile,
Yes,
okay, give me a few minutes to get the mails together, okay?
that's fine. Thank you.
Judge Duvernay, is it okay if we start with the 29th?
Yes, what is that first? Who is that?
Hold on 1 second.
Is she ready?
Yes, she's ready. Okay. The first person, Judge Duvernay, will be Brightwell.
Yes, we're on the same page. Give me one more moment and I'm gonna go back on the video.
Just gonna get him ready.
Keep it down.
Thank you.
Hey, have a seat on the bench.
Come right, he's right, he's right. Come on, Mr. Cox, it's okay. Judge Duvernay, when you're ready, we're ready for you. The red line.
Stop right there by eight. Stop right there by nine, back up a little, like this is 6 feet. Put that mask on the face. Jones, Danny. Put that mask on the face. Stop right there.
We are back on the record. Mr. Brightwell, Nicholas Brightwell,
Yes,
Speak loud.
yes, Your Honor.
you are charged with defective equipment, obstruction of an officer, and use or possession of drug-related objects. Your bond is $2,500 and you must not violate any laws on bond. Do you understand your charges or you want them read aloud?
I just got one question. I want the obstruction of the officer. Wait, like, is that a
Want me
misdemeanor?
to read your warrant aloud or do you want, I can't go to giving advice. I can either read your warrants aloud or go forward. So what would you prefer?
You can go forward. I mean, you do it. I understand.
Okay, so you do understand. You don't need me to read your warrants aloud.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so your bond is $2,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
Okay, these are misdemeanor offenses, so you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
Come on up. Tell her your name.
Jerry Cop.
After Mr. Cox will have Kevin Dean. Mr. Cox, you were charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and improper lane change. You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Understand the nature of your charges?
But I'm not a convicted felon, man.
Do you understand the nature of your charges, or would you like me to read your warrant aloud?
Yeah, can you read it out loud?
Hey, if he's still there, put him in 6. If he's still, once the sheriff comes out there, yeah, come on, come on there.
Judge Duvernay, are you finished with Mr. Cox?
No, he wants me to read his warrant.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Said accused was observed by deputies failing to maintain his lane of travel while operating a blue and color 2008 Chrysler Town and Country, Georgia license RTB 6211 North on Riverdale Road. Said accused was observed utilizing the center turning lane as a lane of travel and then moving into the travel lanes. Traffic stop was initiated upon contact with the accused and of what deputies believed to be marijuana based on knowledge, training, and experience was detected coming from inside of the vehicle. A probable cause search of the vehicle revealed a black and color Glock model 22 40 caliber handgun, serial number LPC 087, found inside a black and color satchel type bag that said accused had been observed wearing previously. A small plastic bag containing less than 1 ounce of suspected marijuana was located in the accused's right pants pocket. A criminal history was obtained for the accused, and accused was found to have been placed on first offender probation for the offense of aggravated assault. 8/17/2017. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yes.
So here's the thing. I understand that you were trying to contest your guilt or your innocence. That's going to be up for the court to decide. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Now is not the time to contest your guilt or innocence. My question for you was, did you understand the nature of your charges, not whether you were guilty? You understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, give me one moment. You can go back and have a seat because I just did see something that I want to look into a little bit further. You can go back.
Please
Okay.
bless me.
Mr. Gonzalez, come up here. Judge Duvernay.
Knox, don't let him go all the way back because I do want to look at something.
Yes, ma'am. Judge Duvernay, the next one is not gonna be Mr. Diaz. He's gonna be one that's gonna need an interpreter, so he's gonna go last. So the next one is Gonzalez Morales.
Okay. Kevin Dean, you said he needs an interpreter or did he bond out?
I'm sorry, Dean bonded out.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. Gonzalez Morales, you speak English?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand the rights that the court read earlier to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
You were charged with reckless driving, crossing the roadway at other than an intersection, driving on a suspended license, hit and run, causing an accident, obstruction of an officer, aggravated assault on an officer, and battery. You do not have a bond at this time. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
You do not have a bond this time. You do have an attorney that's been appointed to represent you. Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
The next one is gonna be Jawan Jenkins.
Okay.
Go back to number 6, go inside 6.
Then you have Anthony Jones coming after him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jenkins, you were charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $3,500. You want to stay away from Lorenzo Cornish. You cannot return to 1507 Pine Road, apartment F12 in Atlanta. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, but can I do like a signature bond or?
No, you cannot have a signature bond. Do you understand the nature of your charges or do you want me to read them aloud to you?
Yes, I understand.
So you said you are able to make bond. The court has denied your request for a signature bond. This is a misdemeanor. You have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
The next one is Anthony Jones.
Thank you.
Please face next to Mr. Jones.
Come on up.
Jones, stand by 1 moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay right there. Stay right there. Move back up. Okay. She just means don't move. That's what she means.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 6.
Yes, ma'am. That's nice. Yes, ma'am. I wanted to tell you anyway. I was like, I'm gonna keep it to myself.
You compliment your hair. He ain't said nothing about mine. But anyway, Mr. Jones, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. You were charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce and loitering or prowling. Your bond is $2,500. Do you understand your charges, or do you want your warrant read aloud?
I understand them, ma'am.
You are to stay away from 5995 Riverdale Road, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
What is that?
I said it earlier. Remember, we talked about the preliminary hearing. If you have it, the state has to prove that there is probable cause for your arrest. If you don't have it, you will move the case forward a little bit quicker. You'll go ahead before the trial court, and then you can either plead guilty or set you down for a trial. It moves your matter along quicker if you choose to waive it. If anybody's listening, this is my last time saying that. So with me re-explaining, do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, sir?
No.
Okay.
I'll be able to make a phone call.
Your bond is not affected by the only way your preliminary you can make a phone call, whatever the sheriff allows you to do. If you waive your preliminary hearing, it doesn't affect your bond in any way, okay? Now, what happens is if you bond yourself out or somebody bonds you out, then you are automatically waiving your preliminary hearing anyway by the nature of bonding out.
Okay, yeah, cause I was gonna try to call my girl and see, cause I gave her $100 and some. Would I have to pay like 10% of my bond?
Remember, you weren't listening earlier. I can't tell you what you got to come up with and all of that stuff. So hopefully she didn't go spend it on, some other stuff, and she has that money. That's not the question before the court now. And I'm not trying to be rude, but we got to keep things going. Question before the court for you is, do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, or do you wish for me to set a preliminary hearing?
I mean, you can waive it, ma'am.
Okay, I don't think you understand what you're waiving. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just set it down. But if you decide at a later date that you're gonna bond out, you can go ahead and waive it, okay? I'm not confident that you fully understand what you're waiving, okay? So I'm gonna set it down. Your next preliminary hearing date will be, give me 1 second. It's gonna be August 4th at 8 a.m. As I stated, if you bond out, you will be able to waive your preliminary hearing. I have also appointed an attorney to represent you. He or she who comes to visit you may encourage you to waive it as well. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Go inside there. The next one is Danny Jones.
Come on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Put your hands behind your back.
Hey, Marvin, back up.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
you are charged with a felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, distracted driving, and use of possession of drug-related objects. Do you understand your charge, or do you want your warrant read aloud?
I understand.
Your bond is $14,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Hey, Clayton, when you finish, let me know, okay?
How much is bond? 14?
Your bond is $14,000.
Is it like, you said like 15%?
I said that earlier. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. So if anybody else is listening, I said it earlier. I'm not here to do math, and I can't tell you how much it's going to be, sir. Not being rude, but I don't know. Your family member may choose a bonding company that charges 8%. They may choose somebody that charges 15%. They may choose somebody that charges 10%. So I'm asking you if you can pay the bonding fee. You have to figure that out amongst your family or friends. I'm asking you, do you believe somebody will be able to make that bond of $14,000 on your behalf? And the answer to my question is what?
Yes.
Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir.
The next one is gonna be Mr. Jason Ludwig.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is Martinez gonna be a Spanish speaking?
And he's gonna go last as well.
Okay. And Melendez, you said Diaz Melendez?
Yes, ma'am. It's gonna be 3. I'll let you know the next one when I see it.
Okay, so next after Mr. Ludwig will be Mr. Millage, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. Sir, you are charged with aggravated assault by strangulation, simple battery, family violence, and you are charged with cruelty to children in the 1st degree. You don't have a bond at this time. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Like them read aloud.
Excuse me?
Would you like them read
Do you
aloud?
understand or would you like them read aloud?
I understand.
You are to stay away from Jasmine White and Josiah Ludwig, and this is only if you get a bond, but as the court has stated, you do not have a bond at this time. The court has appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
And the next one is Millage, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
After Millage, we'll have Emerson Oliver.
Mr. Oliver is the other one that needs a Spanish interpreter.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So then we should have next on deck Stanley Peden, correct?
After Millage should be Murray, Trista Murray.
Okay, that was because Murray was in a different set earlier, so.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm clear. It's a male.
Mr. Millage, you are charged with theft by receiving stolen property, possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Your bond is $9,000. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yes.
Do you wish to have your warrants read aloud, or you said you understand? You're good.
You say that again?
Do you wish to have your warrants read aloud, or you said you understand the nature of the charges?
You can read them out loud.
They're going back towards.
Okay.
Offender did commit the offenses when he was in possession of property he knew or should have known was stolen. So with the offender was in possession of a gun that had been reported stolen, FBZ 3885. The offender did commit the offense of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. So with the offender was convicted of a felony in the 3rd degree with a disposition date of 6/1/2010. The offense took place at 829 Mimosa Drive, Forest Park, Georgia, in Clayton County. Your bond is $9,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
I can try.
Your next court date is gonna be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Next is Mr. Murray.
Thank you.
Mr. Murray.
Do we have Stanley Peden on deck, Officer Knox?
Yes, ma'am, he's in a wheelchair. He's next.
Okay. Mr. Murray, you were charged with terroristic threats and simple assault. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yes.
Your bond is $10,000. You are to stay away from Leonard Pass. You cannot return to 5930 Highway 85 in Riverdale, Georgia. It was indicated on the warrants that this is your residence. As a result, the court will allow you to go to that property with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. You are not allowed to go back to that property unless and until this matter is resolved or until that condition is modified by a different court. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
No.
You said what?
You gotta speak louder, Mr.
Yeah.
Murray. Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
Your next court date is gonna be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Okay, go, Mr. Murray.
Step this way.
Oh, come in, Mr. Murray. That was my fault.
Put the mask on. Put the mask on. Put your hands on the wall. Walk your feet back before you.
This is Mr. Peter now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Prepare the box.
We have Fong Fan. Does Mr. Fan speak English?
Mr. Fan speak English?
Yes.
Yes, he speaks English.
Mr. Peter, you were charged with use of possession of drug-related objects and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. It's $3,000. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
You're just saying.
You can't hear nothing I'm saying?
Everybody talking over me.
Everybody's talking over me.
We can put them inside.
So we're gonna try again, and I need you to listen up, okay?
Listen.
You are charged with use or possession of drug-related objects. Charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond is $3,000. Are you gonna make bond?
Yeah.
Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? Okay, your next court date is gonna be August 4th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Okay, Judge Duvernay, the next one should be,
Fan.
yes, ma'am. Mr. Fan.
Mr. Fan, good afternoon. You do speak English?
Yes, ma'am.
You understood everything I stated earlier, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with loitering. Your bond is $1,000. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or would you like it read aloud?
I understand, ma'am.
You are to stay away from Jennifer Green. You are not to return to 5956 Old Dixie Road in Forest Park, Georgia, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand these special conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be August 4th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. If you bond out, you will be waiving your preliminary hearing anyway. Have a good day.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Mr.
you.
Fan, go inside. Next is Mr. John Tate Tunzel, or Tunstall, I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
So where is Odell? Did he bond out, Odell Tramble?
Yep, you said, say it again?
Did Odell Tramble bond out?
Yes, ma'am, he bonded out.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
So you said this is Mr. Tunstall?
Yes, Mr. Tunzel.
Thank you. And then we have William Wade on deck?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Tunstall, you are charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $3,500. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or would you like me to read your warrant aloud?
You can read it for me.
Mr. Tunstall intentionally took Michonne Tunstall, the victim's cell phone, to deprive her from using it, and said offender also damaged a wooden chest and decorations by intentionally flipping the chest over. Damages valued less than $500 by Ms. Shannon. Ms. Shannon is said offender's mother. This is a misdemeanor offense. Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Ms. Shannon Tunstall. You cannot return to 1525 April Lane in Morrow, Georgia. You may schedule an appointment with the sheriff's office so that you can return to that property for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. You cannot go back to that property unescorted unless and until this matter is resolved or until another judge modifies that condition. Do you understand, sir?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
No.
You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand that as well? Was that a yes? Can you take that mask off for 2 minutes so I can hear him?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. This is a misdemeanor offense. So you have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? Thank you. Have a good day.
The next one, Mr. Wade, William Wade.
Put the mask on first. You have to walk back, walk back. Oh, you get up high, you get up high.
We have Sterling Williams next, correct?
Ma'am, that's next.
Mr. Wade, you are charged with false imprisonment and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Your bond is $19,000. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
I do not.
You want me to read them aloud?
Yes.
Give me one moment.
She said, hold on.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
I am in the court, and if I have to get off of this video one more time, y'all are in trouble. All right, we are back on the record. Mr. Wade, you said you did want me to read your warrant for you?
Yeah, I just wanted to go there. Yes,
yes.
yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, give me one moment. Claim victim Aquila Hargan without legal authority by not allowing her to leave the incident location with their 2 children by blocking the front door facing her with his body from the inside. After the victim called the police, the offender then blocked the stairs with his body, not allowing her to leave the stairway. The offender did also, with criminal negligence, cause excessive mental pain by allowing their 2 children who are under the age of 18 to witness the false imprisonment of victim Aquila Hargan. The children involved are Kalium Hargan Wade, age 11, date of birth 11/9, I'm not going to say the rest, and Kayshawn Hargan, age 10, date of birth 9/9. The victim and offender are the parents of the 2 children making this incident family violence. The incident did occur in Clayton County, Georgia. That is what you are charged with, sir. The court is not asking you to admit your guilt or innocence. I'm just here to explain to you what your charges are. Your bond is $19,000. You are to stay away from Aquila Hargan, Kalium Hargan Wade, and Kayshawn Hargan Wade. You are not to return to 1988 Levgard Lane in Riverdale, Georgia. Since this is your residence, the court will allow you to return with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless and until this matter is resolved. Do you understand?
Yes.
You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes.
Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Next is Sterling Williams.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Williams, you are charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or do you need your warrant read aloud to you?
Read it.
You did break the victim's black and color LG TV valued at $250 by pulling it off the shelf, cracking the front screen. This incident happened in Clayton County. Both parties are married, making this family violence. The victim is LaQuinton Demas Williams. I'm not going to read her date of birth, but they did include her date of birth. That's what you are charged with. Your bond is $3,500. A condition of your bond is that you are to stay away from LaQuinton Demas Williams. You cannot return to 910 Brendan Drive in Hampton, Georgia. It was indicated on the warrant that this is your residence. As such, you can go with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless and until that condition is resolved. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You must also not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Step over this, sir. He told me to come back.
Over here, come over here. Come over here. Next is Mr.
Can we bring back Mr. Cox real quick?
Mr. Cox. Okay. Yes, come on, Mr. Cox.
Mr. Cox, we are going to get your warrant amended. Since you are not a convicted felon, there is another charge that can be done to amend this warrant. So I'm going to probably have to reset your case until Thursday. Give me one moment to just review.
Another charge?
Yes, you indicated you are not a convicted felon, but you are on first offender probation. There is a charge that the officer can amend to be in line with that status. Give me one moment.
Pronounce it for me.
Ayadel.
Ayadel.
Okay, your matter is going to be reset until Thursday, July 2nd, to give the officer time to amend the warrant. Have a good day.
Do what now, ma'am? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It's going to be reset until Thursday, July 1st, to give the officer time to amend the warrant. Have a good day. Okay, we ready, Knox? Who do you have? You have Mr. Adeyelo. Said your name all wrong. Your name is Mr. Ayodele.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you are charged with failure to register a motor vehicle, violation of your driving permit, and driving on a concealed tag. Your bond is $1,500. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the nature of your charge, or do you need it read aloud?
I understand the nature of my charges, but
That's all she wants to know.
yeah, I understand the nature.
Okay, you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. These are all misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I really don't understand the preliminary, so.
This court date is going to be August 4th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Come on, Mr. Brown. The next is Michael Brown.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Walk your feet back towards you. Walk back towards you. Keep your head apart. Keep your head apart. Keep your head apart. Walk in here.
Can we do Bracy just because that's just, it's gonna put me out of order if we do Brown?
Yes, ma'am. So take a seat. Mr. Bracy's coming up right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my God.
Good afternoon. You are charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, a license violation, improper U-turn, improper turn, 2 additional felony counts of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. You are charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and 1 additional count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. You do not have a bond at this time. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am. Can I ask why I wouldn't get a bond?
You are on probation as of August 31st, 2017. Court is not authorized to set a bond in your case. The court has provided an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Put your hands on the wall. Sorry, put your hands on the wall.
Brown,
Mr. Bracy, please face
you are charged with sexual battery. Your bond is $10,000. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or would you like it read aloud?
No, like what now?
Do you want me to read your warrant aloud, or do you understand?
I understand.
You are to stay away from Tanika Davis. You cannot return to 1885 Harper Drive, apartment 4D. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
No.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, come on. Come on here.
Is this Johnny Davis?
Yes, ma'am.
You were charged with aggravated battery. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or do you want your warrant read aloud?
Understand.
Your bond is $15,000. You are to stay away from Ray Lee Thomason, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is going to be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Next is gonna be Jerome Dent.
Mr. Dent, you are charged with, Mr. Dent, you are charged with a license violation. Your bond is $1,000. Do you understand the nature of your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Am I make bond?
Yes, sir. Are you able to make bond?
Not right now, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense. You have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am. I guess you said move fast if I do that.
Yes, sir. Generally, it expedites it because what happens is instead of setting you down for a preliminary hearing and then setting you down for an arraignment and then setting you down for a trial, what we do is we immediately set you down for an arraignment where you can either resolve your case that day or get it moving toward a trial. So it generally does move your case along quicker.
Okay. I was hoping that it wouldn't be too long. My wife had surgery and I shouldn't be here. I should be there with her, but you have an idea how long it'll be?
I do not. Mr. Dent, I'm gonna go ahead and give you an OR bond. So I'll give you an OR. Have a good day.
The next is gonna be Mr. Dunlap, Ronald Dunlap.
Mr. Dunlap, good afternoon.
Ma'am.
You are charged with a felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Your is $10,000. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So you want me to read your warrant aloud?
Yes, ma'am. Yo, man, sit down. Sit down there.
Okay, we've located your warrant. You said you want me to read it to you, sir, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It says he was a front seat passenger in a silver, and just so you know, you know this is broadcasting live, right? I just want to make sure you're okay with that.
Yes, ma'am.
He was a front seat passenger in a silver 2012 Fiat 500 with Georgia tag number CBK 8766 during a traffic stop investigation. Came a positive alert during a free air sniff of the vehicle. Inside the passenger side door panel was a crack pipe that had a white powder substance suspected of cocaine, 0.2 grams, which field tested positive. This occurred at Old Dixie Road and Frontage Road. That's your charges, sir, as accused in the warrant. The court reviewed the warrant, approved the warrant, and found that there was probable cause for your arrest. So we set a bond at $10,000, and a condition of your bond is that you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
No, ma'am, but there was, okay.
Your next court, if you're about to tell me why you're not guilty or why you're innocent or whatever's going on, it's not appropriate now. I'm just here to read you your charges, okay, sir?
Go back to
I have appointed an attorney to represent you so you can share whatever you need to with them, okay? Your next date is gonna be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir. Mr. Foster, you are charged with theft by deception and theft by shoplifting. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or do you want them read aloud?
I understand, ma'am.
Your bond is $4,000. You are to stay away from Home Depot on Terra Boulevard, and you must not violate any laws about her bond. Are you able to make bond, please?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
These are misdemeanor offenses. You have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
The next one is Anthony Green now.
Let's do Marcus Gibson first. That's the paperwork.
Okay, Mr. Green, take a seat. Marcus Gibson.
And then after that, we have Kevin and Graham.
Okay.
And then we have Greer. So we have quite a while before, we have 3 people before we get to Green.
Okay, I got you.
Thank you. Mr. Gibson, you are charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce and use of possession of drug-related objects. Do you understand your charge, or do you need your warrant read aloud?
I understand, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,000, and you must not violate any laws while on bond. Are you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor offenses, so you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be August 4th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Next is Kavion Graham.
Hold on 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
London.
No, stay right there.
Where London at? London. Oh. London.
What do you mean?
Langford. Oh, Langford.
Is it Kevion or Kevion?
Kevion.
Mr. Graham, good afternoon. You are charged with reckless driving, improper lane change, fleeing from a police officer, failure to yield, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond is $6,500. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on. $7,000. Are you able to make bond?
I can hear
He
you.
didn't hear you, ma'am. You got cut off.
Your bond is $7,000. I misspoke earlier. It's $7,000. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the nature of your charges, or would you like them read aloud?
I understand.
All right. These are misdemeanor offenses, so you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
The next one is Mr. Dartravius Greer. Over here.
Yes, thank you.
Newman. We at? Okay.
And then we can do Mr. Green after that.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, Deputy Knox, you do know we have an add-on of Mr. Mulkey. Is he there, or if not, do y'all need to pull him up?
No, I have him.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure we didn't get to the end and
Yes, ma'am, I got him.
thank you. Mr. Greer, you were charged with battery, false imprisonment, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or do you want them read aloud?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Your bond is $15,000. You are to stay away from Deidre Lee and Dakota Lee. You cannot return to 703 Garden Walk Drive in Riverdale. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand the special conditions, and are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am. And I have a question about, you said do not return to 703. That's my apartment.
I will let you go with the sheriff's escort for the purpose of getting your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property without a sheriff's escort until the matter is resolved. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Mr. Green. The next is Mr. Green, Mr. Anthony.
Thank you.
Sign right there. Print your name right there. The next will be Harvey. After Mr.
Yes,
Okay.
we're on the same page. Thank you.
I don't know. What did she say? Okay. Okay.
Mr. Green, you are charged with criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree, burglary, family violence, and simple assault. Do you understand the nature of your charges, or would you like me to read your warrants aloud?
I understand.
Your bond is going to be $40,000. You are to stay away from Keisha Rooms. You cannot return to 240 Flint River Road, apartment H1 in Jonesboro. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand the nature of your conditions, your special conditions?
Yes.
You say yes?
Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Come over. Bring face on. The next is Mr. Harvey.
Thank you.
Harvey, put your face on. Go down.
And then you have Montel Jackson after that, right? Knox, you have Jackson after him?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay, Mr. Harvey, you were charged with seatbelt violation, 2 counts of felony violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Your bond is $12,500. Do you understand the nature of your charges, or would you like them read aloud?
Would you like to read them out loud for me?
Failed to wear his lap and shoulder belt when he, Jaquez Harvey, was a front seat passenger in a black 2004 Chevrolet Impala RWA 8246 that was traveling on Riverdale Road at Flat Shoals Road. Said offender did have in his possession 8 plastic baggies that contained suspected marijuana, all equal in size, consistent with the intent to distribute. The suspected marijuana weighed approximately 35.51 grams with baggies. This incident occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. The court reviewed these warrants, found that there was probable cause for your arrest, signed the warrants, and issued a bond in the amount of $12,500. A condition of your bond is that you must not violate laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
The next court date is going to be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Next is Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson, put your face mask on.
After Mr. Jackson will be Anthony.
Langford.
Yes. Sir, you were charged with a red light violation and driving on a suspended license. Your bond is $2,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor charges, so you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be August 4th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Come on, Mr. Jackson. Come on, Mr. Langford. Mr. Jackson, please say no. Judge Duvernay, did Mr. Jackson have a bond?
Yes, I just told him it was 2,000 and he said he wasn't able to make bond.
Okay, thank you. Come on.
Thank you. Mr. Langford?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Langford will be Derek Lundy. You have a suspended license. Do you understand the nature of your charge or do you need your warrant read aloud?
Can you repeat that?
Do you understand the nature of your charge or do you want your warrant read aloud?
I don't think he heard the
I
charges.
didn't hear the charges.
It went away.
Oh, driving on a suspended license.
I didn't know my license was suspended, but
That's not
now.
what she asked you. She said, do you want your charges read aloud?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. This is not the time for you to plead guilt for innocence or anything like that. I'm just here to make sure you understand what you were charged with and you told the court that you do, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You must not violate any laws on bond and your bond is $1,500. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Face the wall.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Face the wall.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Go up to the podium, London.
Next is Mr. Derek Lundy, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She told me to explain her. I'm not Derek. I am Maurice. Derek is my little brother.
Did you hear him, Judge Duvernay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My brother used my name maybe 4 or 5 years back, and I've came here since then, and they've never did it. They just know that my name will pop up on it, and they say, "Who are you?" And I'm Maurice, and they'll write it. But they never did this before, where they put Derek on me. I told them when I was up there, that's my little brother. And they've never. I've been in here plenty of times, like over little stuff, but they've never done that before. He used my name like 6, 7 years ago, one time for something to try to get away with. Ever since then, they tied us together. But they've never. But when I come in here, it says that, but they've never put it on me. I'm telling them like I'm not Derek. I'm Maurice, and they still put it on me.
You are Maurice Lundy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the warrant charges Maurice Lundy, AKA Derek Lundy, with driving on a suspended license. So either way, the court finds there is probable cause for the warrant against Maurice Lundy. Do you want me to read to you the charge? You were charged with driving on a suspended license.
Yes, ma'am.
Says he did commit the above charge when the offender came through a road safety check at Rock Hill Drive and Rock Mason Court with suspended license for mandatory suspension as of December 14, 1997. Or does that say 17? The offender was driving a 2003 Ford Explorer. Road safety check was supervised by Lieutenant Miller. This occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. So you are Maurice Lundy.
Yes, ma'am.
So you understand the nature of your charge now. I know that you're saying that they may have your name wrong, but the warrant says Maurice Lundy, right? So you understand that?
I understand the nature of it. I'm probably gonna have to get busy. I probably have to get deeper with it because I have fulfilled everything I was supposed to fulfill with my life.
I understand that's not the time for this, okay? And I'm not trying to cut you off, but we have several people behind you. And I have appointed an attorney to represent you. So share whatever information you have with that lawyer and they can go to the court and explain to them what's going on, okay, sir? Are you able to make your bond of $1,500?
I don't know what to say because I got a probation hold. I gotta wait for her to come see me. So I don't think I need to try to make it if I'm gonna wait for her to come.
Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing or you want me to set you down for a preliminary?
If I'm not sure. That's why I was kind of asking him before.
I want to set you down for a preliminary hearing, sir. Your next court date is going to be April 4th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Is it August 4th? Just doing it?
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. August 4th.
That's okay. Come on over here, Mr. Lundy.
So if my parole comes, if she come up here before that,
Then they're gonna talk to you. They'll call you. You're gonna be here.
I don't think she comes.
You're gonna be here, Mr. Lundy.
What's your name, sir?
Irene Newman.
Good afternoon, Mr. Newman. You are charged with theft by shoplifting. Do you understand your charge or you want me to read your warrant aloud?
I understand.
Your bond is $2,000. Condition of your bond is that you should stay away from BP Amico on Godby Road. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
Okay, come over here, Mr. Lundy. Please face the
Hitman Julio, does he speak English?
Yes, Mr. Pittman Julio does, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon. You were charged with violation of your learner's permit and 2 felony counts of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Do you understand your charges or do you want them read aloud?
Yes, ma'am, I understand my charge, but the intent and distribution is recreational. Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Your bond is $12,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is going to be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Justin Ramsey.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then we have the Chandra Smith, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You were charged with theft by receiving stolen property. You were charged with stop sign violation. You were charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. You were charged with driving on an expired tag. You were charged with fleeing from a police officer. You were charged with improper lane change, officer, and no insurance. Your bond is $28,500, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yes, ma'am. You said how much the bond is?
$28,500. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
What is that?
Yes, ma'am.
I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is going to be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Come over here. The next one is Mr. Smith.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Smith. You are charged with possession of firearm by a convicted felon, 2 felony counts of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. You do not have a bond at this time. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
No.
I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is going to be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Come over here. All right, next is Mr. Strickland.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sir, you are charged with obstruction of an officer. Understand the nature of your charge, or do you want your warrant read aloud?
Yes.
Yes, what? You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The warrant read.
You said what?
Do you understand, or you want your warrant read aloud?
Oh, I want my one read out, please.
Said offender did hinder me from my official law enforcement duties by resisting arrest, pulling away from me, refusing to be placed into handcuffs. Said offender did tense up, locking his muscles after being placed into handcuffs. Strickland refused to walk to my patrol vehicle after being told he was being detained due to the driver, Kevin Graham, attempting to flee from police and the odor of marijuana emitting from the interior of the vehicle. Strickland was instructed several times to stop resisting, in which he refused to comply. Prince Strickland was the front seat passenger inside of the vehicle. This incident occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. Based on the review of the warrant, the court has found that there is probable cause for the request of a warrant against you for obstruction of an officer, and I set a bond at $3,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense, so you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day. We have tolls.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well, thank you. You are charged with theft by deception and theft by shoplifting. Do you understand your charges or do you want them read aloud?
I understand, ma'am.
Your bond is $4,000. You are to stay away from Home Depot on Terra Boulevard, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Thank you.
Next is Mr. LaShawn Williams.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then we're gonna do Moki, right? Hey, how are you doing?
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing well, thank you. You are charged with criminal damage to property in the second degree and another count as a misdemeanor of criminal trespass for an unlawful purpose. Your bond is $10,000. Do you understand the nature of your charge or do you want your warrants read aloud?
Your Honor, I don't understand how these charges can stick to me considering that was like my place of residence.
Do you want me to read your charges aloud or do you understand the nature of your charges? This is not the place for you to contest your guilt or innocence. This is only for me to make sure you understand what you are charged with. If you don't understand your charges, the court is happy to read your warrants aloud. Be mindful that we are broadcasting live on YouTube. Would you like your warrants read aloud?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
One moment. While I'm locating his paperwork, Detective Knox, is Gregory Thomas OTB?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Upon my arrival, I met with the complainants, Linda and Jerry Williams. The Williams family advised that their son, LaShawn Williams, showed up unannounced to the residence listed above and knocked on the door. Linda Williams advised LaShawn Williams that she is not authorizing him to enter the home and she would like him to leave. LaShawn Williams went to the back of the house and intentionally forced his way into the home by breaking the glass to the patio door on Linda and Jerry Williams' house. The Williams family further advised LaShawn Williams is known to be on crack cocaine. Linda and Jerry Williams requested a search to be done to the home to have LaShawn removed. Linda and Jerry Williams permitted Riverdale units to enter the home and search for LaShawn Williams. Upon searching the entire home, LaShawn Williams was not found. Jerry Williams advised the damage to the patio door was $1,000. I provided Linda and Jerry with case numbers to obtain the police report. Warrants will be taken out on LaShawn Williams for criminal trespass to property in the second degree, and criminal trespass. That is the warrant as alleged. Another judge already reviewed this warrant, our chief presiding judge. He found that there was probable cause for those warrants as requested, and he did issue those warrants on that date. As a result, I have set a bond of $10,000 and I'm requiring you to stay away from Linda and Jerry Williams, and you are not to return to 991 Kingsdown Court in Riverdale, Georgia. You are also not to violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Come on over here.
The next one is, excuse me, I'm sorry. The next one is to add on Mr. Moki.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Marquelo Moki,
Yes, ma'am.
you are charged with hijacking a motor vehicle. You do not have a bond at this time. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or do you want me to read it aloud for you?
Ma'am.
You want me to read it?
No, ma'am.
As stated, you do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Judge, these are the last three, they need Spanish and,
Spanish interpreter.
Thank you. Stand by while I get the language line on. Actually, I think because it's Tuesday, they want us to use an interpreter, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, give me one moment to see who's standing by.
Ms. Toller, she was with me this morning.
Okay, Jartu, give me 1 second.
Okay. Come on. This, this speak a little. You sure?
Oh, you did? Good, good. You speak it or you don't speak?
The interpreter is going to be joining us. It actually is not Jar 2 for first appearance. It's going to be someone else, but she's getting the link now.
Yes, ma'am.
Come up to the podium.
All three of them.
All three of them. So you gonna do all three?
Yeah, we're gonna talk. Judge Duvernay, we could do all three together, right?
Absolutely.
Ma'am, come over here, come over here. Move up, come on, come on. Come on, closer. There we go, right there. Okay. Space out just a little bit, gentlemen. Just a little bit. There you go, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go off for a second. I'll be right back.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you need to go with your brother. You need to be quiet, okay? Now go in there. If I see you again, it's not going to be good, okay, Chunky? Go.
You guys gotta pull your faces.
Come on in here. Why don't we just sit down like that?
Chips, chips. Chunk chips.
When he went in there, he was hopped over the sink, ass up, and the water was. She was pulling out. What time folks on me?
But there you go. Huh?
You can tell me, you finish it all. Show them got some. Ms. Juvenile?
I was just getting ready to check back in. We are waiting for the interpreter to log on. She has acknowledged receipt of the invitation. We're just waiting for her to log on.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. It appears the interpreter has joined us.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Judge. How are you?
Yes, I'm well. How are you, Ms. Bermudez?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. If you will, please raise your right hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear to interpret from English to Spanish and from Spanish to English in accordance with your training and experience? So help you. If so, say I do.
I do.
All right. I have before me.
Yo tengo ante mí.
Marquez Martinez,
A Marqués Martínez,
please raise your hand.
por favor levante su mano derecha.
Diaz Melendez,
Díaz Meléndez,
Juan,
Juan,
and Emerson Oliva.
y the interpreter didn't get the last name, Judge.
Emerson Oliva, Oliva. Oliva.
Oliva Emerson.
Do you swear or affirm
¿Jura usted y afirma
that the information contained in your application for counsel,
que la información contenida en su solicitud para que le nombren abogado de oficio,
as well as any information given to this court,
y que también cualquier otra información que se le dé a esta jueza
is true and correct, so help you? If so, say I do.
es correcta y verdadera? Y si así es, diga sí. Yes.
This is your first appearance before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County.
Esta es su comparecencia inicial ante el Tribunal Magistrado de Primera Instancia del Condado de Clayton.
We are not here to try your case or take a plea.
No estamos acá para juzgar su caso o para aceptar una declaración.
You are here for the court to inform you of your rights,
Usted está acá para que la jueza le informe de cuáles son sus cargos,
inform you of your charges,
de cuáles son sus derechos, de cuáles son sus cargos,
set a preliminary hearing,
le fije su audiencia preliminar
and determine if you require an attorney.
y que decida si usted va a requerir un abogado.
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing.
Usted tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio y de no decir nada.
If you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you.
Y si usted renuncia a este derecho durante este procedimiento, cualquier cosa que usted diga podría ser usada en su contra.
During this and all of the proceedings, you have the following rights.
Durante este y todo el proceso, usted tiene los siguientes derechos.
The right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
El derecho a la presunción de inocencia hasta que el Estado pruebe su culpabilidad más allá de una duda razonable.
The right to indictment by grand jury for
el derecho de que el gran jurado le formule una acusación formal.
Or by accusation for misdemeanors.
O de que se le haga una acusación si es un delito menor.
You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury.
Usted tiene el derecho de tener un juicio público rápido y por jurado.
You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses.
Usted tiene el derecho de ver, escuchar y contrainterrogar a cualquier testigo.
You have the right to compel your own witnesses to come by subpoena.
Usted tiene el derecho de hacer o de citar a cualquiera de sus testigos para que vengan al tribunal con un citatorio.
You have the right to testify on your own behalf should you choose to do so.
El derecho de testificar de su parte si así decide hacerlo.
If you choose not to, there is no presumption of guilt raised.
Y si usted decide no hacerlo, esto no se puede usar en su contra y se le puede presumir culpabilidad.
You have a right to have an attorney represent you, and I will appoint an attorney to represent you.
Usted tiene el derecho de tener un abogado para que lo represente y yo le voy a nombrar un abogado para que lo represente.
You can always hire your own lawyer or represent yourself.
Usted siempre podría contratar su propio abogado, se puede representar a sí mismo.
Some of you all will be given a bond, which can be paid with cash, property. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Judge. A ustedes, algunos de ustedes se le van a otorgar una fianza, la cual podrían pagar en efectivo.
It could be, so efectivo is cash, commercial property.
Usando una propiedad comercial.
Or bonding company.
O usar una compañía fiancista.
If you pay cash, someone will bring the full cash to the jail.
Si usted lo paga en efectivo, alguien tiene que traer la cantidad total en efectivo a la cárcel.
Who will hold it until you are released or until your case is closed, excuse me.
La cual se quedaría con este dinero hasta que su caso cierre.
If you use a bonding company, they will take 15% or up to 15% of the total bond as a payment of fee for you to be released.
Si usted usa una compañía fiancista, ellos cobrarían 15% o hasta 15% 50% y esa es la tarifa que ellos cobrarían para que usted lo pongan en libertad.
While the cash bond will be returned at the conclusion of your case, the commercial bonding company fee is not returned.
Y aunque la cantidad en efectivo le sería reembolsada cuando su caso concluya, la cantidad que usted le paga a la compañía fiancista no le sería reembolsada.
Someone could also post property on your behalf, but the property must have equity 3 times the amount of bond to qualify.
Alguien también podría usar una propiedad y ponerla como garantía de su parte, pero la propiedad tendría que tener 3 veces la cantidad de su fianza en equidad.
You all will have special conditions on your bond, and you will have to acknowledge those special conditions today.
Todos van a tener condiciones especiales en su fianza y usted tendrían que reconocer cuáles son las condiciones de su fianza en el día de hoy.
If there is an alleged victim, you cannot have any contact with the alleged victim.
Si hay una presunta víctima, usted no podría tener ningún tipo de contacto con la presunta víctima.
If you violate that condition, you could be recharged with a more serious offense and held without bond.
Y si usted incumple cualquiera de estas condiciones, a usted le podrían imputar cargos nuevamente y podría tener que quedarse encarcelado sin tener fianza.
If your family members are waiting to assist you and they are the alleged victim, they cannot post bond on your behalf.
Si sus familiares, sus parientes están dispuestos a ayudarle, si ellos son los presuntos víctimas o las presuntas víctimas, ellos no podrían pagar la fianza de su parte.
First, we will have Mr. Marquez Martinez.
Primero vamos a tener al señor Marquez Martínez.
Sir.
Señor.
Martinez. Stand right here. Step back. Go sit on the chair.
You are charged with harassing phone calls.
A usted se le acusa de acoso a través de llamadas telefónicas.
And computer pornography and child exploitation.
Y de pornografía computarizada y explotación sexual o infantil.
Do you understand your charges or do you want me to read them aloud for you? Please.
¿Usted entiende los cargos o usted desea que se lo lea en voz alta?
Be mindful that we are broadcasting live on YouTube. It is fine. I will still read it, but I want you to know that that is something that's going on.
Tome en consideración que nosotros estamos transmitiendo en vivo vía YouTube.
Okay, entiendo.
Okay, I do understand.
Okay. You do not have a bond at this time.
Usted no tiene fianza en estos momentos.
If you get a bond, you are to stay away from Ana Tapia.
Y si usted le conceden una fianza, debe de mantenerse alejado de Ana Tapia. Okay.
The next court date will be August 3rd at 8 a.m.
Su próxima corte va a ser el 3 de agosto a las 8 de la mañana.
And as stated, you do have an attorney to represent you.
Y como le dije anteriormente, usted tiene un abogado para que lo represente.
Tengo una pregunta.
I have a question.
Yes.
No tengo ningún número para marcarle a una persona para que me apoye. No sé si me pueden dejar sacar un número de mi teléfono o me pueden dejar hacer una llamada.
I don't have a number to call a person so they can support me on this. Can they allow me to get the number out of my phone or allow me to make a phone call?
I am not sure about the regulations of the jail. However, you do not have a bond at this time. I am appointing an attorney to represent you, and he or she will come to visit you and speak with you.
Yo no estoy segura cuáles son las regulaciones de la cárcel. Sin embargo, usted no tiene fianza en estos momentos, pero sí tiene un abogado y él o ella va a venir a la cárcel a hablar con usted.
And to be clear, the court is not prohibiting you from calling whoever you to call. I just don't know what the regulations are for the jail.
Y solamente para estar claro, la corte no le está prohibiendo a usted que haga una llamada telefónica. Yo solamente no sé cuáles son las regulaciones que existen en la cárcel.
Have a good day.
Que tenga buen día.
Okay. Juan Díaz Melendez.
Juan Díaz Meléndez.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Buenas tardes.
You are charged with a license violation.
A usted se le acusa de manejar sin licencia de conducir.
Do you understand your charge or would you like them read aloud?
¿Entiende usted el cargo o necesita que se lo lea en voz alta? No le escucho, señor.
Entiendo bien el cargo.
I understand the charge.
Your bond is $1,000 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond.
Su fianza es de $1,000 y no puede quebrantar ninguna de las leyes mientras esté fuera bajo fianza.
Your next court date is August 4th at 8 a.m. in room 201.
Su próxima corte va a ser el 4 de agosto a las 8 de la mañana en la sala 201.
Are you able to make bond?
¿Va usted a poder pagar su fianza?
Sí.
Yes.
If you bond out, your preliminary hearing will not be on the 3rd. You will get your court date in the mail.
Si usted sale bajo fianza, su audiencia preliminar no va a ser el 3 de agosto, sino que le enviarían su próxima corte por correo, su citatorio por correo.
Have a good day.
Que tenga buen día.
Emerson Oliva.
Señor Oliva. Emerson.
Yes. You are charged with a license violation. Do you understand or do you need me to read your warrant?
A usted se le acusa de manejar sin licencia de conducir. ¿Entiende usted el cargo o usted desea que le lean la orden de arresto?
Entiendo el caso.
I understand the case.
Your bond is $1,000 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond.
Su fianza es de $1,000 y usted no puede quebrantar ninguna de las leyes mientras esté fuera bajo fianza.
Your next court date will be August 4th at 8 a.m. in room 201.
Y su próxima corte va a ser el 4 de agosto a las 8 de la mañana en la sala 201.
Are you able to make bond?
¿Va usted a poder pagar su fianza?
Sí.
Yes.
If you make bond, your preliminary hearing will be waived and your next court date will come in the mail.
Si usted sale bajo fianza, su audiencia preliminar se cancela y su próxima corte le va a llegar por correo.
Okay, have a good day.
Ok, que tenga buen día.
Thank you, Ms. Bermudez. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, Judge. You have a good afternoon.
You too. Deputy Knox, that's everyone, correct? We haven't left anybody off?
Yes, ma'am. That's everyone.
Thank you all so much. Y'all have a good one, okay?
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.